Hi guys, tonight's Fireside Chat is brought to you by Big Green Egg. Sold at DeRochers in Monroe and in Sylvania. Now through Father's Day, come in and tell them you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and with every Big Green Egg purchase, get a free bag of charcoal. So, tonight we're going live, something taking to the next step here. And so if anyone wants to log on and ask any questions, they're welcome to. I've got my Crown Peach, which is very delicious. Ordered it online. Didn't know you could get alcohol delivered like that, but came from California. Can't find it around here. Absolutely delicious. So I want to start out tonight by talking a little bit about some of my pet peeves. One of my pet peeves is when people say Kroger's. I'm pretty sure they only really go to one store. If you're thinking of something that's specific and you say the word Pacific, one is an ocean and one is not. So those are a couple of things, but we'd be here all night if we wanted to talk about all my pet peeves.
We would.
So the other one that I really want to talk about is to the guys tonight. I said earlier, I teased everybody and said, you know, this is a message really for the guys. When Rhonda and I go out to dinner, you'll see pictures on Facebook where we're both dressed up. And I want to tell everyone that this coronavirus is not going to last forever. And when it's over, you might say, hey, why don't you see if your mom will keep the kids tonight? We'll go out to dinner. So guys, I'm begging you, put on a sport coat, a nice clean shirt. I hate it when I look across the restaurant and the lady's in this nice skinny black dress, looking good, and there's the guy with his plaid shirt on and his ball cap. How disrespectful to your lady. You know, the thing you got to remember, when you get back home that night and she takes that little black dress off, don't ask her if those panties are from Kirkland. I learned that lesson a long time ago. So now, do we have anybody on there who would like to
We
ask any
do.
questions?
You have Rob Siebert said, "What's up, Matt Simpson? Greetings from Knoxville. 82 degrees here today."
Wow, bragger.
Yeah, and you've got Z Woman is watching, and Karen Pilatowski, and Doug K, Mr. Columbus Lazy Boy himself, and Grandma Patty is here, and Terry Jeffries.
You sound like that one show, was it Patches and Pockets?
Do I? Yeah, it was Patches and
Where
Pockets.
they had the mirror.
Yeah, I see Matt.
Yeah, that's what it
I
sounds
see
like.
Rhonda.
Yeah.
She's being a good girl. And our Ronnie is watching too. And Adam, we do have some questions for you.
Okay.
Your son Adam, who's watching from the other room.
Uh-huh.
And Chris Butler, your BFF, is watching. Adam, who's watching from the other room, wants to know, what's the model of the chair you're sitting in?
Well, let's leave that up to Doug K.
Oh, Doug K. All right. Nothing like putting Doug K on the spot.
He'll know it.
I don't know if that he can see it, you know.
Yeah, he can make it up. He's
Okay.
pretty good.
All right. Chris Butler says, here we go. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Does Mr. Butler have any questions? Because it seems like he would have some questions for relationships that I might be able to help him with.
You are good at advice. Chris said he's not your BFF. He is just a work associate, please.
That's true.
Z-Woman wants to know, or actually Craig wants to know, if that's a Kirkland robe.
It is not, and that's a really good question. Thank you, Z-Man. This robe was custom made for me by my original sister wife, Laura. All but the sex, that was not part of the deal. And Laura had this made, and you can see she had it embroidered. It says Sparky with the Michigan M on it. Okay? So,
Okay.
St.
All right.
Jim up in Ann Arbor.
Yeah. And your son Andrew is watching, and he says, wait, isn't this DeWine's briefing? Is 2 o'clock briefing?
Yeah, that's funny.
Doug K says, no wardrobe advice. You need a better robe. I'll send you an OSU one.
Okay.
Oh, Carter's here. Now it's a party.
Yeah.
Carter's here. All right. Chris Butler says, is that Mott's apple juice or Kroger brand?
Adam, could you give me a little bit of refill, please, so Mr. Butler can see?
Oh, Wow.
I believe he's ignoring me.
Adam, could you bring the crown out here for Dad, please?
Oh, he's...
Okay, let's see. Wine with DeWine. Ronnie wants to know, is this Wine with DeWine?
Yes, my lord.
Carter says, Adam, get him a refill. Stat.
All right, that's good. Thank you. Answer your question?
Andrew says, Dad looks like a mix of trying to be Hugh Hefner and wanting to read a bunch of kids a Christmas story. Okay, all right. Scott Dennis is here, and sweet little Bonnie is here too. Bonnie says, can I have a shout out on your YouTube channel?
Yes, I will make sure of that.
Chris Butler, that hat belongs on the floor. Hashtag Kamada Joe.
Man, he's trying really hard tonight.
Wow. What else? What other advice do you have for these, young men that may be going to take their girlfriends out or spending time, how to be a better mate to your partner?
A lot of these young men that are on Facebook, I worked with at Lazy Boy, and a lot of the Whitmer graduates. Shout out to the Whitmer boys.
The Cranston is here. Big Cranston,
Little Cranston, David Nodine, Dan Shanto, all very good friends of mine on Facebook. I'd like to think that maybe along the way I've given them some good advice as a kind of a mentor. And, Ben Cranston, Milk in a Bag. He's from Canada. Mm-hmm. He certainly knows he's very international.
Rob Siebert has a question for you, Matt. He says, what is the best restaurant to take my wife... Oh, no, excuse me. What is the best restaurant to take the wife for an anniversary in Nashville? That's really easy. Skulls.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Thank
Skulls.
you. I was just fed the answer. Skulls Rainbow Room.
Yeah.
You need to make reservations well ahead of time.
Oh, yeah.
They will treat you as if you've been there every night of the week for the last 3 weeks. And it's a fabulous meal. I recommend the pork chop. Was my favorite there. And I think you will find that you can't go wrong there.
Well, what makes Skulls so classy, though, and so nice and different from any other restaurant in Nashville, which is in Printer's Alley?
It's very much old school.
Very old school.
So you feel like you've just stepped back in time when the owner comes over to your table and says hello to you. And just the handmade cocktails, the excellent service. It's just a wonderful time.
You're forgetting, like, the most important thing there.
Well, I knew you would correct me.
Well, I'm just saying. The
Friday and Saturday nights at 11 o'clock, there's a burlesque show.
Thank you.
It's not a strip club. Don't even think about it. It's a burlesque show. And it's very classy. And if you went in there drunk with your plaid shirt on and your ball cap, they'd probably throw you out.
It's true. So I got to back up a little bit here. Mary Beth McGuire said the Swanton State Store sells Crown Peach. We didn't have to. We could go there to get it next time. Andrew says this is classy as hell. Well, that's how we Simpsons are. Marshall Scully says I love live drama. Who doesn't? Okay, Adam, your son Adam has another question from the other room.
Uh-huh.
Why did the person design the fireplace with the handle on the inside?
Okay, let's start off with, it seems odd that he can type a question and microwave a Hot Pocket at the same time, but I guess you would consider that multitasking. The fireplace was actually put in by a very good friend of mine, the late Todd Longnecker, who was a legend in White House, owner of Pappy's Veggies, and just a super nice guy. He put a on-off switch just inside the fireplace. And if you're careful, you can do it without getting burned or anything. No problem with that on-off switch. And I find it very disrespectful to speak of Todd that way.
Okay, Chris Butler has a question for you now. I'm going to break the internet with this, but do you choose Paco's, Rudy's, or Nettie's? Terry Jeffries says yes to all three.
Terry Jeffries is a very smart man, for starters.
I would agree.
When you can read somebody's post on Facebook without looking at who wrote it and already know who wrote it, then that's a smart man. And I know every time I read a post, I say, that's Terry Jeffries. And you scroll back up, and sure enough, I'm correct. Usually it has to do with something like diarrhea.
Or boobs.
Boobs.
Beer.
Right, beer.
Yeah.
Something like that. Tony Pacos is really in a class of its own because of the Hungarian hot dog. It's hard to judge a Hungarian hot dog with regular hot dogs. So I'm just going to throw those guys out for right now. So we're at Rudy's, and who was the other one?
Rudy's, Nettie's, or Pacos. I would say Rudy's.
I would have to say Nettie's, because at Nettie's you can get that strawberry ice cream with those little crunchy things on top. Oh, those are so good. And so they have that cornered in the market. Okay.
Carter has a question. He'd like to know what is going on in the background.
There's a lot of making of Hot Pockets. There's the dogs are. It's a lot of garbage.
It's Adam.
Adam refuses to give me the quiet that I need to produce a quality Facebook Live.
I need a chimichanga and some mac and cheese.
Carter says scrunchy things on top. Come on. What? The scrunchy things on top. Is he talking about the ice cream? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Nettie's.
Yeah. Craig Zunnel wants to know, how long before you start talking in cursive? Maybe one more drink and he'll start talking in cursive.
Rarely have I ever been overserved.
Oh, wow. Not true, but that's okay. It's your fireside chat, not mine. All right. I don't know if we have any other questions, but our Melissa's watching too.
Very salty comment by her on Facebook last night. I noticed. I hate it when people carry baggage around for almost an entire year, but I still love her, and she does a fabulous job taking care of our son and grandkids.
So, if anybody doesn't know, you posted that you bought me that rolling laundromat cart for my birthday, yes. And she commented, well, why did you make fun of me for buying Rhonda the practical gift of a brand new sweeper?
Yes.
And ridicule me for it when you did the same thing.
I don't like to use the word ridicule. It seems so harsh. And then I noticed that while we're talking about this.
Oh, Chris said you need a pipe.
But I'm not going to go to the store during the coronavirus and buy a pipe just so that he enjoys my fireside chat better.
Oh, okay.
One of your cousins, I believe it is.
Which cousin? What about what?
Made a comment on Facebook yesterday that I was very offended by.
Oh, no. You were offended by something my cousin said.
She said that she was doing something and her husband tried to correct her.
Oh, that's Peggy.
And she told her husband, I'm going to start calling you Matt.
Because when she does something and her husband corrects her on it, that's why she would refer to you. It's like everything I do, you correct me on.
And, people need to understand that these videos are not necessarily about Rhonda.
Well, they are.
No. Those were, like, loading the dishwasher was advice for people. It's like a how-to video.
All right.
The laundry, how-to laundry. Now, the one I will say is the caps coming off. That was definitely directed to Rhonda, because how you can live in a civilized world and only put the peanut butter cap on a quarter of a turn.
Pish posh, lovey. Please. There are greater things to worry about.
Not really.
Andrew says, all right, Jeopardy's about to start, and if I have to choose between two old dudes, I'm choosing Trebek.
No, don't turn on Jeopardy.
Don't turn on Jeopardy.
This woman who won last night, her voice is so annoying. I refuse to watch Jeopardy tonight, and I watch Jeopardy almost every night. So if she wins again, I will be boycotting Jeopardy until she loses. Mm-hmm. Her voice is terrible.
Do you remember when I boycotted Mancy's for like a month when Adam was in high school because Gus Mancy gave him a bad tip when he was caddying?
Yeah, I don't know that you want to say that on Facebook.
Well, I'm just saying I did, but it didn't last long except for a month.
Yeah.
Chris. Okay, well, then I'll just be quiet. He said this is turning into a cranky bitch session.
Yeah, no, not really. So I was really hoping some of the younger guys might come on with some questions that.
Andrew, do you have any questions? Any marital advice Dad can give you? I mean, you're
probably already given.
You're a newly married man, and Adam, Dad needs a refill.
He's not coming on.
Do we have any more questions for the smartest man alive right here?
Wow, another backhanded comment. But, so that's about it. I think that I just was hoping. In fact, Sue Strayer, little shout out to Sue Strayer. She's the one that asked me, would I ever be giving some advice on Facebook, like marital advice. So that's why I decided to do the fireside chat tonight. We won't, little sneak peek too.
Oh, and let me just stop you. One of your old Columbus friends. I forgot the name. Who is it that used to mentor you down in Columbus?
Bob Leonard.
Bob Leonard. He wants to know if that's a lazy boy chair.
It is a lazy boy chair. Bob, I miss you. You're a very good friend of mine, and truly a friend, not a business associate. And I really miss you.
Doug K wants to know, when is the Corona thing over?
A lot longer than we think. I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I'm going to end my videos the day that Lazy Boy opens up and I go back to work, or the next day. And so I'm afraid you guys are going to be stuck with some stupid videos for a little bit of time to come.
Chris wants to know, how do you get your wife beaters so white?
I do believe in powdered bleach. I use the bleach tabs. I don't like liquid bleach because it splashes. But powdered bleach, and they keep my beaters very nice. And
Gene, our neighbor next door, says this is better than Jeopardy.
Oh, well, good. Thank you, Gene. Gene, I miss you guys. We're next door neighbors, but we hardly ever see each other in the wintertime. And you got to keep that 40-foot distance with the coronavirus. So.
I'd like to know, did anyone notice, and I don't know how to zoom in with when I'm doing this live. I know Adam's laughing at me. Oh, my lord.
That's good.
Ooh.
He's going to be hammered. Already is hammered.
Did anyone notice Matt's... I'm just going to come up here.
Okay.
His ascot. Yeah, Kathy, that's Peach Crown. Hi, Aunt Snooky. Say hi to Aunt Snooky.
Hi, Aunt Snooky. I don't know, when you're doing a fireside chat, I think that would be almost like a uniform that you would wear for it.
Yeah, you got to have it.
So just a little sneak peek.
Oh, we have another question to come in.
God.
I'm so sorry. You're fans. Dan Shanto.
With two N's.
Dan with two N's wants to know, when is the last time that robe left your body?
I really, to be honest, and because I am a very honest person, I honestly only put the robe on for the videos. Normally, I would be in my boxers and my beater, which Adam and Rhonda would attest to.
True.
And so I don't know if I can go into details about my undergarments, but I think I'll leave that to be.
And Terry Jeffries has a question for you.
Yes.
It's a very serious question. Is a frog's ass watertight? I wouldn't have an answer to that.
I've been stumped.
Is that Carter or Terry?
No, Terry.
I've been stumped.
Carter was.
It does sound like a Carter question.
Okay. Getting back to the surprise or the secret message I wanted to make sure everybody knew. Something you all can look forward to. I have been asked this question 1,000 times. How many pairs of shoes do I own? My last video that I make before I return to work will be a tour of my closet and my shoe collection.
My goodness. Wow. Brian Kohler's watching.
Oh, hey, Brian. So that's going to be should be a neat thing. Everybody's asked me for a long time about that, and so I will do a video tour of my shoe collection.
Does anybody have any? Lisa Hoppy says, we were going to start watching Tiger King tonight, but this is great.
Yeah, as you saw in my earlier Facebook post, I am a little concerned about the facial hair, looking a little too close to Tiger King.
Does anyone have... Oh, Todd Gallagher's here. Hi, Todd Nelly. Does anybody have any type of question for Matt? He's here to answer any question you may have. He's an open book. You know him. So far, there's nothing.
Okay. Crickets.
Yeah, so. You've had 3 glasses of Crown.
Well, they were only little ones, and mostly ice. But so let's end this. I think we've had enough. Anyone wants to see it, they can watch it back later. I hope this has been some good advice for some people, and we miss seeing everybody.
We do.
Can't wait till this is over. So
we can't.
We can, open up the patio and have people over for drinks and fires and all that good stuff. So let's everybody stay safe, get this thing behind us, and we move on with 2020. All right? Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and everybody stay safe.
Can I just add something? I need to add this. There is no YouTube channel.
There is.
There is no YouTube channel.
Just search it.
Okay, all right. So many people are watching. There is not a YouTube channel, but...
it is. It's hashtag Guy in a Robe.
Oh, all right. We miss you too, Doug. Love you guys. Good night.